Thank you, Corbs. Robin Kaluzniak is in the middle, wearing the wireless microphone. 7th in the middle this season. Peter Pender and Shanda Asmus are the ARs. In-stadium review officer is Austin Reed, and our laws analyst with us tonight, however, remotely from us, is Amelia Luciano. Underway, the sun is glaring down in Tukwila, Washington. California Legion, the Red Kits, Seattle in their blues. And Bree, what are you looking for early on tonight?
Well, let's just talk about the sun. You can see it's beating down, and Seattle does well to respond there. California's going to want to stay away from the kicking game in general, but in this first half, will they employ that tactic a little bit more, put more pressure on? Because that Seattle sun in your eyes is hard to fight.
Here come the Seawolves. 4 appearances already in the championship in Major League Rugby, 2-2 all time. Winner here tonight goes on to face the winner of Chicago and Old Glory DC. They play tomorrow night, 8 Eastern, here in the U.S. on ESPNU. Ball down on the floor near the touchline. Diving to come up with that ball over there for Seattle was Foodie. And Seattle able to retain possession.
Stay on. Yeah, one sip. Use it. No, not yet.
Robin Kaluzniak directing traffic. 4th time he's worked Seattle this season. There's a mark called inside of the 22 by Rory Van Voot, who's back into the lineup this week, Bree. Stefan Krimp is out. And they're going to go back and forth here as Davey Kutzer sends one into that Tukwila sky. Edge of the 22 taken back there by Kobe Milne, the top scorer in this league. What an impact he's made coming in. Had great success overseas. Big-time scorer. Here comes Seattle now, trying to get some of their big-time scorers going. That was Rousseau, number 13, one of their 2 centers. And this is a turnover going the way of California here.
It's an excellent display of the kicking battle that is in store for us tonight. You can see just back and forth, very strategic, just like a chess match. And California reaping the rewards on that one. They get the first scrum, and we know how dominant they've been. They have been 100% all season from their own put. Good start from the Legion.
Good clear binds.
So Kaluzniak gets him set. Here's Gonzalo Bertranu.
OG, bind.
68 caps for Argentina. Will and Nate and Sam talked at length about him. What a dynamic weapon he is.
Far side down first.
And Kaluzniak really advancing in his career. He'll work as an assistant AR in the upcoming
You don't lose it. Don't be on his shoulder. Okay, clearly onto his body.
World Rugby Nations Cup. That's quite an honor for he and a couple other guys in this league to work those matches.
Yeah. Work hard to stay up. Work hard.
Yeah, and Corbs mentioned this in the pregame show. Take a look at this matchup. Lindenmuth versus Kofi right there. It's a great shot. Lindenmuth got the better of Kofi last week, but what is it going to look like tonight?
They are USA Eagles teammates, those 2 men. Here's the feed now from Bertranu. Gonzalo Bertranu now works it back, quickly moved on. Milne worked that ball back. Down to the floor they go. Bertranu runs at a fever pace, like a point guard in basketball if you're new to rugby. He gets it and he goes in a hurry. There is very little indecision in his game. Lindenmuth up high on the back of the neck there, no call. Looked fine. Now Lance Williams. Bertranu gets to it, moves it on. Something Seattle I know you want to watch is the double tackle. They just had one there.
Well, and you can see that Seattle's forcing California into their style of play. They really want to make sure that they are putting the ball on the floor, as you can see right here. California plays such an expansive game of attack, and see, it forces this error here, and now Seattle gets the possession.
Knocked on it was, so it does go over to the Seawolves, and there's Kenny Nasagenge, recently reached his 100th cap in this league. And Corbs also talked, that I know we've all talked about throughout the week, California going with a little bit of a different lineup, trying to impose it physically.
Yeah, well, last week, if we take a look back. I know that we're in playoff footy now, but the first 20 minutes, California was so imposing. They were so physical in the carries, and they were really low in their body height, which meant that they were winning that gain line that we always talk about, which meant Seattle was going backwards and backwards. And then they let their foot off the gas, and Seattle came in. The rest was history for that match. But tonight, they want to try to get back into it. They want to bring that physicality. That's the adjustments we saw in the starting 15 so that they can continue barreling forward and then open up the edges for their attack.
Saw some of the numbers there on the two scrum halves, the two nines. Andre Warner and Gonzalo Bertranu. Two guys that can orchestrate it as good as anyone in this league. And do. Now Warner takes it himself. Now he'll go to the boot, chases on for it. Trying to put some pressure on here with Seattle. They do, forcing the kick back from California. On the hop. Seawolves now. Drop that one here in the channel for Matthews. Duncan Matthews led the league last year in meters gained. Leads it again this year. At 1,100 plus last year, but they played 17 weeks last year. Just 10 weeks, 10 matches over 11 weeks. Here's Peterson playing it back outside of the edge and trying to gather that, making his first start of the season as USA Eagle, Rufus McLean.
Yeah, he's finally back in full health. We saw him get his first minutes for Seattle last week, and now gets the starting shirt. He is really ascended for the Eagles. You can see right there, has that championship experience, so Seattle's really leaning on him. Something else I just want to mention, but we've already seen his other back three mate, Duncan Matthews, get so much on the ball because they're really testing that back three. California, though, with the possession. I'll let you take it away.
Here comes Billy Meeks now. Zings it to the back now. They'll try to kick one through off a body, but it was off a Seattle body, as you see Shanda Asmus there at the bottom with the indication. So McLean, originally listed as 11, but he's wearing 14 tonight, playing on the right wing. They had him on the left wing when these lineups came out, for whatever that's worth. And Billy Meeks, two-time back of the year. He's done it all in this league, won a championship, trying to get back to another one.
I mean, he's one of the linchpins of this Legion squad. Here we go with California's line out, and does well to retain that ball. We know that this is something that they had tremendous difficulty with last week and all season, but a good start from them.
Yeah, you're not kidding, partner. They've lost 32 lineouts coming into the match tonight. 76.8%, the lowest of the 6 sides playing in this league. Now trying to play it into that corner, trying to get that in there for a 50-22, but unable to do so to be Seattle taking over here.
Front of the 22, yeah, thanks.
Yep.
You can see they're really trying to push that ball because they want to force the errors. I mean, Seattle's back three, they're so skilled, one of the best in the league.
Just keep the 10,
but just trying to put the pressure on that way. But if we go back to this line out here, we know that Ben Houston for California, he comes in, that he adds another jumper option. So that's bolstered California's line out, see if they can disrupt. But we know the Seawolves line out, they're so accurate, so precise.
All the way up. The mark is outside.
89.6% to Breeze Point in the league, trailing only Chicago and DC, who play tomorrow night, 8 Eastern time, ESPNU here in the States, in the other semifinal in Chicago. Championship set for a week from tonight in Chicago. So the Hounds, with that perfect regular season record, trying to run the table and go 12-0. Bertranu, Meeks thought about going right, stepped back into the left. Lyndon Mute there in on the tackle again for Seattle. Great battle here. Peterson in there, Redlinghei's in there with that hair flowing in the wind. Didn't roll away in time, says Kaluzniak.
Tackle must roll.
Interesting decision here. Will Milne go for the 3? And looks like he will. Look, you got to take any points that are on offer in this match.
So here is the top point getter in Major League Rugby this season, 93 points. What an impact he's made. Overseas, a fantastic score everywhere he played.
Sorry, can't go to him. Yeah.
So here is Kobe Milne, 27 years old tomorrow. And his numbers there, he's 42 of 51 on the season, 82%. 2 of 3 last week in the loss against Seattle. The strike with the rights for the first points here in this semifinal. It's good here in the 10th, and the Legion lead it 3-0. Check in with Corbs down on the pitch. Corbs, what are you seeing?
Blocking me, like changing lanes to block.
Gotcha. Yeah, I understand.
Line out wise, Legion actually stealing the ball, winning the ball, being able to maul. Gain line as well. In D, I think that the Legion's ability to defend Seattle twice in the middle of the field and actually get the ball back or force a turnover, where last week they were just giving away penalties every time they had to sustain those long phases. Then you see them actually go and execute down in the 22. That's a big positive for what the Legion are trying to improve on this game.
Come out now, Blue. Keep moving.
All right, thank you, Corbs. That's a touch finder there with 10.5 gone here in this semifinal. And we'll take a look back here, Bree, at that line out for Seattle.
And look at that stolen line out. Also key to mention, no Ricard Hadding, who leads in the line out, so that just puts more pressure on the Seattle leaders, needing to execute, being able to make those adjustments on the fly.
Line out opportunity again here for California. Joe Tafatea, the veteran. Jason Dom leads the league and wins. Couldn't get that, and it goes backwards. Now Bertranu under pressure has to kick it.
Play on.
McLean and Duncan Matthews back there. It'll be Duncan Matthews taking a look now.
Keep going.
Under it, California back there, but right on them. That was Joey Mano who got wrapped up. He had to make a quick decision. Another kick from the Legion. Kutza. He'll bang one back the other way. Here's Milne now. Back and forth we go between these two 10s, and that one's going to find touch for California.
You can see Kutzer celebrating. That kick didn't go where he wanted it to, but it's all about the territory, excuse me. We know that in the middle third especially, any disciplinary issues, any turnovers, that just gives the other team an easy option to go all the way down the sideline and produce a line-out option that's just right outside your try line. So that's why this kicking battle is even more important tonight.
Well, to your point again, territory was 51-49 California last week. In the previous match in week 4, 53-47 Seattle. Here's a big, heavy run there, the carry there from Dan Creel. 2 tries last week for the veteran Creel.
No.
Foodie again. Foodie wearing 11. Originally listed as the 14, but they've switched wings. McLean playing the right, Foodie playing the left. And the Seattle faithful, Bree Kim, not liking that call. And there is the aforementioned Ina Foodie, always a threat to score and make a big play defensively too.
Yeah, especially last week, he made the team of the week for his defense, and really didn't like that call. But it's the discipline right now that's setting that difference or defining that difference between these two teams right now. California able to put more pressure on Seattle, commit more errors for this team, and now Joe, Big Joe, as they say, with another throw.
Yeah, Foodie 7 tackles, had 10 ruck arrivals last week, and he had 2 big try assists, getting himself on that first 15 in Major League Rugby. California with a 3-0 lead, inside short to Nasa Ginge. There's big Tonga Kofe, goes about 335. Meeks now moves it outside. Williams, powerhouse runner. Mono, the former Utah Warrior teammates, and McLean able to kick it away and send it all the way back down inside of Legion territory. Now Van Voot. Down to the floor he goes. High tackle, says Robin Kaluzniak here.
6 high.
And Seattle initially did so well to just get that ball out of the danger zone. Rufus McLean with that kick. But again, it's another penalty that lets them down and lets Legion go marching down the field.
So here's Kobe Milne. We'll set them up with that strong boot, that strong leg of him.
Wait.
But it's played. Looked like he was trying to find the touch line there, and it was played by Seattle. Now they kick it into touch. And California, they'll get another opportunity out of here. Free ball into the seats at Starfire. Seats about 4,500. Great venue, an original team in Major League Rugby is Seattle, winning in 18 and 19, losing in 22 and 24. Alan Clark, their head coach. Steve Hoyles, the head coach of the Legion.
Everyone says that Starfire is one of the most difficult places to play in this league, but Legion got a dress rehearsal last week.
They did.
They're very much used to it now.
They sure did. And the Seattle side, they've won 21 of their last 24 at home. In their last 20, 17-2-1 in this park. So it is tough to come in here and get wins. Sometimes tough to get points. Points don't matter tonight. It's all about the victory. It's knockout rugby. Semi-final round underway. Chicago, Old Glory, DC tomorrow night to set up the final next Sunday night on ESPN2. Bertranu. Captain Jason Dom. Short pickup. Bertranu right end and out. It's Kenny Nasagenge again, a big boy. In that physical element they wanted to add to this lineup. Here's Meeks now. Williams always physical. Good ball to Joey Mano. Joey Mano crashing right into Matthews, taking it home and taking it in and touching it down. The first try here in the semifinal belongs to Joey Mano.
The Legion with heads full of steam, finished off by the winger, Mano. And we see just the end of this expansive rugby. This is how the Legion play. Get the go forward in the middle of the field and then open it up on the outside. And it's just simple skills that are executed by these backs. And when you get Mano running at full speed, there is no stopping him, Ben.
It's a high tackle, but it's
his
penalty
45th career try. Twice scored 14 in Utah. An absolute home run hitter is Joey Mano.
Thank you.
In that USA extended player squad now with Scott Lawrence. He's an outstanding player and he can do damage. You got to wonder, he and Williams, they've done that a few times, our time together in Utah, right? Conversion here from Mill, and this one gets inside of the right post, and California on the road leads it 10-0, Bree.
And it all started from Kenny Nasagenge in the number 4 shirt. He came off the bench last week, but brought that physicality right in the middle of the field.
Billy,
again, when you are playing on defense and having to go backwards and backwards because they just keep eating up positive meters, it doesn't give yourself a second to set up in that defense. And Hoyles got to be very proud of how his boys have started out.
No question about it. Former Wallaby, Alan Clark, the head coach of Seattle.
Directly off right into him. Okay, thanks.
Former Irish hooker, 9 caps in his international career. Rhino Herbst, if there was ever a rugby name, a better one than that, tell me, because I want to know. And he's a heck of a player, too. Good opportunity here for Seattle coming up, Bree.
Looks like Herbst got a fresh cut ahead of playoffs, Ben.
It up.
That's your mark right there.
When we talked to these guys this week, though, we asked him about unsung heroes. He was the first guy that they named. He just does all of the hard work, and you can see him stepping up with his leadership, especially in the line out here as Seattle starts to get a good shove on.
84th cap in his career, 83rd start. Here's Kutza, number 2, the hooker for Seattle, but in there trying to win the turnovers, Jason Dom, and I believe he did.
5 directly through the middle, no problem.
So a great job by Jason Dom, the captain of California, coming up with that defensive play in there, Bree Kim.
Great recognition from the captain. Just saw early on where the ball was and just got right in there. Got the hands on it, but that kick again does not go to touch.
Does not, and that allows Davey Kutza to get a good return on it. Seattle down 10 on the home pitch. Here's big Lindenmuth now. Patty Ryan in there protecting Callum Botcher. And really good for Alan Clark this season. Been really happy with his progression and his play. Does all the little things. Number 4 in there, one of their 2 locks. Kutzer now outside into the hands of the other lock. That's Herbst, who we talked about a moment ago. Now Andre Warner. Here's Dewey Kutzer. Down on the floor. Now it's into the hands of Kutzer. Here's Matthews now. He's always a threat. Little hop step there. Plays it back inside. Ina Foudy.
On the shoulder play.
Seattle working their way down. Lindenmuth, another touch from him. Herbst, big finishing, driving tackle made there by the Legion.
Stay on.
Now Kutzer back into the hands of Rousseau, Devon Rousseau.
Playing advantage offside. You're fine there. We're coming back offside. Where's it, please, Pete?
There's the call from Robin Kaluzniak.
Okay.
Just feels like Seattle's starting to get their rhythm now.
Offside.
Off of 2 errors, though, from Mill, not finding touch.
Yep.
What's our decision shot? Okay, we'll have the shot at goal. We'll do the hydration break after.
So there you hear that Davy Kutza is going to attempt this penalty kick, and then we'll take our hydration break. Herb's getting some medical attention from both the trainers now. Working around that left eye of Rhino Herbst. A little blood there on the cheek. Such is rugby. We play on. They play around it indeed. Our man James Dealey from up in Toronto. Time for playoff rugby. You can get on the air with your tweets on X, hashtag MLR 2026. And here in the 21st minute,
Hydration break.
Davy Kutza puts it through, and Seattle is on the board. It is a 10-3 California lead on the road here in the semifinal matchup here. Great to have you with us wherever you're watching here tonight from Starfire Stadium in Tukwila, Washington.
What a day for the Major League Rugby Championship.
Months of sacrifice, 80 minutes of battle, and it all starts with this whistle.
Our first hydration break was brought to you by Recover 180, the organic sports hydration drink built for today's athlete. Ben Holden, Bree Kim, Alex Corbisiero down on the pitch here. Semifinal number 1 of the weekend. We'll start Monday with the other one, Chicago and DC. Down to Corbs for some of his thoughts. We saw you there at the end of the drop goal, the dead zone there, Corbs, sitting there on the chair. What are you taking away?
Just having a front row seat to what is a cracker of a game on our hands here. And you know, what I'm seeing is a team that has learned some lessons from last week in Legion. Seattle's still very dangerous in this game. 1 missed kickoff, and they're already putting Legion under pressure in the 22. But Legion's kicking game looks better. Line out looks better. Their attack and ability to hold on to the ball looks better, and they've actually executed their chances when they've had moments. This is positive if you're a Legion fan, but don't count your chickens too soon, because last time Legion had a strong 20 minutes, and then sort of Seattle sort of rope-a-doped, took the shots, and then came back into the game, and it was only 7-point difference after a fair bit of dominance, and that's where we're at again. So we're going to need more of the same from the Legion, or will Seattle respond?
All right.
Not straight
on the throw there.
Scrum. Scrum chosen.
Yep, more issues in the lineout, so we're going to scrum here, Bree.
Okay.
Well, I hope that California doesn't make that error again the next time, but Seattle now with the put, and just building off of what Corb said, the positive meters from California so far have been outstanding. The percent of carries that they've crossed the gain line is 30%. That's 3 times as much as Seattle. Obviously, Seattle hasn't had a lot of ball, but that's exactly how Legion wants to set their foundation.
In another area that we're always watching in this sport is the post-contact numbers as well. And you got a couple of the very best in this league, and Ed Timpson for California. Patty Ryan's right up there too for the Seattle Seawolves side. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, look, both of those guys are absolute machines. But right now, we're just seeing big carries all around through both forward packs. Some of the big, the tight 5, especially. Right now, Legion has about 5 times the number of post-contact meters as Seattle. But Seattle's, look, they like to play, they don't mind playing with very little possession. This is how they play, right? Exactly what Corb said, don't count your chickens too soon. They're patient, they'll be waiting, and they'll find exactly the right time to strike.
Good look at some of the crowd at Starfire Stadium. Tukwila, Washington, outside of downtown Seattle, Pacific Northwest, if you're not familiar. with the U.S. You're watching from around the world, and we welcome all of you in. ESPN2 here in the United States. Sunday night closing out the weekend. Little late night rugby. Certainly late night on the East Coast.
This is once.
But it's playoff rugby, knockout rugby. The winner goes on to the championship next week. Here's Meeks now. He's wrestled down by Davy Kutzer. Kutzer, he got steamrolled last week, and that created a little bit of buzz on the social media between these two sides as Cash Malawia, big number 13, ran Davy over. Malawia yet to get a touch here. Where's 13? Here's an opportunity. There's that post-contact meter we talked about. Here comes Bertrand, who played it back there. It was Timpson that started that got through there on the break. Now California going to work. Thinking about it outside. Big hit there.
Yeah,
shot delivered. Meeks plays it back now. Williams plays it on into the hands of Ben Houston.
Coming back here.
Going to come back.
Number 3, no arms. Just a penalty because it's shoulder on shoulder. You must.
That was Mason Peterson.
Yeah, and you can see Milne discussing right now. Go for the points or go for the lineup. But just take a look here. Nice, beautiful inside ball back into Timpson, who's just waiting and just steamrolls through. Again, they love keeping that ball alive however they can. They want to avoid playing the ball on the floor. Here's another look at that. And Timpson's such a good runner. It's not that he's just a big shove off the contact. He just has immense footwork as soon as he hits that contact to be able to slide off. He finds the arms instead of the tree trunks of the bodies, and he's able to get those meters and set Milne up.
Here's Milne in the 25th now, looking to tack on 3 more, and he does just that. So the leading point getter in Major League Rugby has struck here for 2 penalty kicks so far. And Kobe Milne has California on top here, 13-3. We go back to Timpson. We had a great chat with Dave Dennis, who joined us on the call in the week, and he said he's a unique player, just the way he does everything. He used the phrase awkward strength, which I thought was interesting. It's nothing flashy that he does, Bree, but man, is it effective.
Yeah, I mean, I think the words he used was he's not a battering ram, right? And that's kind of what I was just getting at a second ago. He just knows how to find the little extra steps to get out of the initial point of contact, and he's just so good at making people miss, and just that leg drive is outstanding. Let's
see what the counter is here. Duncan Matthews, good piece of running, good carry there from the league leader in meters gained in Major League Rugby. Here's Big Peterson now, had a try last week. Very involved, their tight head prop number 3, Davy Kutzer now. Works it back into that Sun. Here's another carry into the hands there of Dan Creel. Those 2 tries last week, 1 in the first half, 1 in the second half. Both in tight space near the touch lines. 1 in the far side, the other one in the second half on this near side touch line. Now Warner works it back. Rousseau tried to get it through. Yep, we're going to come back. Not rolling away in time on California, so we'll reset.
Yeah, one of the focuses for the refs heading into this weekend is ensuring that the teams have quick ball if they want it. So especially with the tackler role, they must clear that area. If he slows down the recycle, or if he's still in the breakdown when there's, ball is trying to get spun out, there's going to be a penalty. So Legion penalized for exactly that.
So Davy Kutzer, it's like he's going to tee one up here and try to give Seattle 3 more points. And if you're new to rugby and you're wondering why are they kicking these so much, it's knockout rugby. Normally you'd see teams working out a set piece, but now you're trying to win, you're trying to take the guaranteed points, right?
Yeah, 15s rugby. Look, it's all about territory, and anytime you have the option to go for 3, much like a field goal in American football, that's when you got to go for it. Every point matters, every inch matters in this match.
Yep. And Davy Kutzer, who came into the weekend, 82%, 3rd in the league, 85 points coming in, 88 after that first kick, and he tacks on 3 more, does the South African native Davy Kutzer, who's been in this league and scored well over 400 points in his career. Spent 4 years with Houston. Big pickup, and he gives him 3 more. It's 13-6 here, Bree.
And Kutzer and Warner at 9. Those 2 guys, that pairing, such a huge signing in the offseason coming over from Houston. And already just that chemistry, that's something that they don't have to worry about in the short season that we saw this year. These two guys, just the orchestrators of this team.
So Oscar Tracy there, the right wing, number 14, trying to win that ball on that kick, unable to come up with it. He's a rookie. Here's Tracy. Just his 4th cap, his 3rd start. He's got 1 try in his career, and it came against Seattle in week 4 in the win for California. He's a product of Central Washington, who produced their fair share of rugby players. He won the top player in college rugby in 2025, the Rudy Scholes Award. Into touch this one goes here. What's front and center with you right now in this match, Bree?
I think right now it is the physicality, right? We've seen a plethora of lineouts, and we will continue to see that throughout the match. We get a good look at Tracy, who you just touched on earlier, Ben. But I think if Seattle wants to turn over this ball, they have to meet the Legion at the gain line. Go back to those double tackles that we were talking about earlier. If they're able to get that and dictate the contact more, they can turn over the ball and actually start playing with it some more. But right now, Legion able to get away from that one cleanly.
Yeah, Joe Tafatea with a short throw to the big tight head prop there. Tonga Kofe keeping it out of the air. They've had a couple of miscues, and as we've talked about, don't kill the messenger, but it's been a problem for California.
Well, and it's a good adjustment right there, as you were just alluding to, Ben. And right now, Bertrand picking off of the ruck. This is where he comes alive.
Gonzalo Bertrand, big carry there, taken down just inside of the 22-meter line.
Side entry.
But Robin Kaluzniak came in from the side. What do you think, Bree? I see you kind of like, I don't know.
Oh, no, I mean, that was just a huge win. Just take a look here. Bertrand, he always catches you sleeping. And so he goes himself, has so many carries as a halfback, but you saw Matthews just able to get in there. And you could see it looked like Nasagenge came on the left side. I mean, tough to see from that angle, but the fullback made the right decision, and Legion go again.
So you may have caught Ed Timpson, number 7. He was getting a little bit of medical attention. It's going to be a bloodbath tonight. You know that. It's knockout rugby. Corbs has talked about it. Breeze talked about it. The guys in our studio, Will Hooley and Nate Augsburger and Sam Windsor. What a wealth of experience we are surrounded with on the broadcast here tonight each and every week. Those 3 men I just mentioned will take you through halftime. They'll have the post-game portion of the match with Corbs in Tukwila. Here's Bertrand now, finds Billy Meeks. Billy Meeks driven into the ground. Peterson, another big dominant tackle there from him, but they didn't roll away in time.
Yeah, and well done by the Legion of sealing that one off quickly. And you can see Meeks saying, yeah, you didn't roll away quickly enough.
I don't know, but I'm guessing at 35 years old, those hits get a little harder to take, which is where Billy's at in age.
Yeah, and, you know, Deno said it himself earlier. He said he's taken way more hits than he wants to at this age.
Dave Dennis,
But he just, I mean, the wealth of knowledge and expertise and leadership that he shows on the field, you know, he backs that right up. Doesn't matter how old he is, he's able to step it up.
And there he is, a cult hero, an icon in Seattle. That is the guy known as Broccoli Guy. Broccoli Man dancing, having fun in Seattle. There he is, right side of your screen there. Another short ball here on the line out. Tafatea into the hands of big Tonga Kofe.
Good.
Picked up from the back there. That was Muti. He's the loose end prop now. California looking to get into the try zone again. This is Timpson. Botcher's there. They get him down to the floor. Meeks in there trying to help out and trying to reach through. It's turned over. It's turned over. They were right at the try line. And Seattle with a massive turnover. Here they come now, trying to flip the pitch. Matthews, he's double tackled. Tracy in there to help take him down. What a turnover there, Bree Kim.
Oh, just as I was about to say, the physicality was going California's way. That hit went Seattle's way, and here we go. Warner with a break.
Andre Warner into the open pitch. Warner now going to kick one into the corner, trying to put the pressure on him, trying to get it and get there, and they do. And it's McLean, Rufus McLean, his first start of the season. The USA Eagle and the Seattle Seawolves winger with a beautiful finish, and Seattle's right back in it.
On a dime, Andre Warner, but first first, let's look at the turnover. Legion was just pounding on the door, lost that ball right at the try line. Peterson gets it out, and then it's just get it away from trouble. Here we go, Foodie spreading that ball out wide, and Duncan Matthews gets that hit here. That's what sets it up. And man, kept it alive was Warner. How pretty was that? And then the presence of mind to send that kick all the way to the corner, and then McLean just on the same wavelength. That is a beautiful try.
Outstanding work. Rufus McLean with Houston last year. He's a difference maker, capped by Scotland, now part of the USA Eagles, Brie.
Do you think it's more than a penalty?
That is Seattle at its finest.
So you might have heard there Rob Kaluzniak talking there. Do you think it might have been a penalty? We may be looking at something. And how about Davey Kutza? Ice in his veins. Sticks that one from the far line.
Time is off.
13 apiece. So a referee-initiated review. Our laws analyst tonight is Amelia Luciano. Let's listen here for a moment.
Just 1 sec, I'm listening. Go ahead, Haley. Okay. So time is off. We have a challenge by California. The play is under review.
So there you have it. You get one challenge in Major League Rugby. If you
have a review, I'll let you know.
Get it right, you keep it. If you don't, obviously you lose it and you're done. So Amelia, any idea what they're looking at here?
In front of kicker by the player who scored the
just
try.
To confirm, we're checking if there was a try in the corner. On field, we've seen it knocked on. Obviously, we've then played advantage and a try's been scored there. However, if there was a try scored there, we'll come back and award that one. Austin, I have nothing on the screen at the moment.
Go ahead, Amelia.
Okay.
It looks like they're checking for a try originally by California before the turnover. So
okay,
look for grounding there.
What did you see
angle,
when it happened
it's
live?
Not in his hands anymore when it comes down. Yeah, so he's not in control. He's not in possession. Austin, do you have any other angles to show that? If not, we're sticking with our on-field decision. Okay, that's our only angle. Thank you. So I have a decision then. Following a team challenge by California, it was determined that the ball was indeed knocked on. We played advantage and the try was scored there. Decision stands. California has
there
no
you have it.
remaining.
So the Legion are out. Okay, Amelia, let's get your thoughts from the play when it started, what they looked at. What did you see? Walk us through what's on the screen now and that play at the line that was knocked away by Seattle.
Time on.
Yeah, so here we wanted to see if there was a grounding, but it's clearly just dropped forward, and then that turnover happens where he was able to play advantage and get a really nice long run back down the other way.
Outstanding. Thank you, Amelia Luciano, our laws analyst tonight. Bree, I'm sure you're going to be in agreement after we saw that back too, right?
Yeah, I mean, that was a great angle that we were able to see there. Very clearly lost forward. And before the review, what I was just going to say then is that's Seattle at its finest, right? They could be defending their own try line right there, millimeters away, and then all of a sudden that ball gets turned over and they've put 7 on you.
So after that conversion from Davey Kutza, 13 apiece is our score here. You see Kobe Milne going to the tee again. So that California challenge, that cost them. That could be costly. You never know late in this match. They lose it, they try it, they're out of challenges. Here's the strike with a right from Milne. Beautiful looking ball off of his foot. That is absolute money. And it's now California back on top by 3. It's 16-13.
It's been pretty even with penalty counts so far. Seattle with 5, Legion with 4, but the difference right now is where those penalties are occurring.
Yeah.
Penalties for Legion, or given to the Legion, are ending up right in that attacking half, so they've been able to reap those rewards.
Great point, Bree. And now here's Timpson. A couple of minutes back, he was getting a little medical attention. Back in, wrapped up. There's Jason Dahm, captains the United States Eagles side. They'll be playing busy month of July for them. They'll start on the 250th birthday of our country in Denver, Colorado. 3 straight weekends in July. Now it's all about MLR action here, semifinals. A take back there, and it's sent right back skyward. Now Seattle giving a strong chase here. Puts her down there. He's first to it. Matthews down there as well. Duncan Matthews gets the ball carrier. That was Van Voot, his counterpart, the fullback, down to the floor. Final 6 minutes here in the first half. 16-13 California. And it's free, it's available. Bertrand got in there before Warner could.
Stay on. Yeah. Hey, don't push him. I'm going to have a look at it. Don't push him. I'm going to have a look at that right there. Yeah, back we go.
All right. You heard Robin Kaluzniak.
Yeah, I'm going to have a look at that. Yeah.
Head contact appears to be the indication. I believe that's Lance Williams.
Time is off.
No, it's Joe Mono.
Referee-initiated review, looking for foul play by number 5 blue at the. Yeah,
that's Joey Mono. So they're looking at this here. You heard Kaluzniak. It's on Rhino Herbst is what they're looking at.
Okay.
I was just going to say they've been putting those last few rucks that we just saw, a lot more pressure from the Seawall defense. But take a look here.
Right.
Just watch for Herbst to release and then go back in.
Yep.
I believe it is on that next phase.
So there's 5 on the right of your screen.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, if broadcast can replay this, that would be great.
Right there.
Okay, broadcast, we're looking at the clean out by number 5 blue, right before I blew the whistle.
Amelia, what are you seeing here? What were your thoughts? What's going through your mind on this play here?
It'll be important to see if they can see head contact here from this angle. It's not clear whether or not there is head contact.
It's a dead ruck. Number 5 blue has decided to come in and hit the ruck. From this angle, let's take a look if he's using his arms or if he has his arm tucked.
So you can hear Robin saying there that he's looking to see if there's a wrap as well.
So we are dealing with foul play, agreed?
And
do we have any other
we don't see a wrap because of the way the arm is back and the shoulder is forward.
One more time, please, to see if that's head contact.
I agree with Amelia at this point.
Can we have that reverse angle one more time, please?
So here we're looking for head contact.
Go ahead, Amelia. There is none.
Yes, so we do have clear head contact, agreed? So we have head contact. He's come from distance. We are dealing with foul play because it's a tucked arm. For me, this is a high degree of danger. Do we agree? And I'm not seeing any mitigation. No mitigation. Agreed? So we're looking at a 20-minute red card to number 5 blue. Agreed? Okay, thank you.
11 meters from the halfway.
Perfect. So I have a decision. Following a referee-initiated review, it was determined that number 5 has come from distance. He has a tucked arm, so we are dealing with foul play. There's head contact. It's a high degree of danger and no mitigation. It's going to be a 20-minute red card to number 5 blue.
That is a massive turn of events. Amelia, any thoughts on that? Right call. What's your thought?
He can't charge in with a tucked arm and hit someone.
Yeah, because the tackle is, or the ruck is dead, there's not really a contest there. He's just coming in and wreaking havoc, for lack of a better term. And because he makes head contact, especially with a tucked arm, you can't mitigate that. And unfortunately, that ends up being a red card.
Ready?
Very good, Laws analyst Amelia Luciano. That is a massive turning point in this match, Bree.
Oh, that is huge. Huge momentum swing, and especially to lose someone like Herbst, who was already filling the shoes of Ricard Hadding. That's a huge, huge change in the tide, and Legion now going to want to put as many points as they can on the board, especially in these last few minutes.
See what they can do here. 3.5 remaining in the half. California with possession, leading by 3. Rhino Herbst gone for 20 minutes with that red card. Massive, massive moment in this match. Bertrand to it.
Okay, let him go.
Moody with the carry. Down to the floor he goes. Lays the ball back at the base.
First infringement is holding on.
Wow. Kaluzniak gets California. Said they didn't release. That's on Moody. Goes over to Seattle.
And now it becomes incredibly important here. You can see Warner and the rest of the crew just trying to get together, reset. Your emotions can really flare high, especially after a moment like that. So you need Kutzer to get you downfield first, and you need to figure out how you're going to run off the line out now. Who's making that call, and what kind of call do you go with now that you're one man down?
Right there.
Well, one would think that Botcher may step into that role, but we'll see what they do.
2 minutes to halftime. 2 minutes.
A little more than 2 to go until halftime here. Dewey Kutzer drawing the ball and his hands off. He's a menace, and he gets at the back.
All the way in, Blue. Yeah.
There's Botcher up to get it, down into the hands of Patty Ryan. Warner with speed coming for Creel. Creel offloads it back to Warner. Now Matthews gets away from the first. They get him down to the floor. He lays it back. Warner from the base. Seattle would love to get one here. Down, Rhino Herbst, the 20-minute red card. Now California, though, wins the battle in the breakdown in there. Now Big Tonga, Kofe leans forward a couple of meters. Kenny Nasagenge at the back now. Up for Lance Williams. Williams turns, works it back. Not much opportunity for Milne to do much as Patty Ryan got to him, and another turnover going back to Seattle.
Man, it's been back and forth. The breakdown battle has surged in front. This is the most important part of the game for both sides right now. You saw Patty Ryan gesturing to the post. You got to take those points now, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
They sure are, Bree. And Patty Ryan is a force to be reckoned with. He is 7 tries this season. He didn't have any tries in his short career in Major League Rugby. He's nearly got as many caps for the United States as he does playing in this league. We've talked to him a couple times this year, Bree. He's humble like all these players are. He credits the coaches, he credits his teammates like any athlete does. But he has had, in my opinion, a breakout season. And there's the man in the sin bin, Rhino Herbst, 20 minutes on that card. So let's see if Davey Kutzer here can get this match level here in the final stages of half number 1 in the semifinal between California and Seattle. Solid strike from Davey Kutzer, and that is good. And it's 16 apiece here as we've hit the halftime break here, Bree Kim.
It really depletes the forge. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments they make. Maybe Marno, Reading Heist goes to the second row, but I think Corbs probably has the inside down pitch.
All right, Corbs, what do you got? What can you add, and what are your thoughts? What's front and center for you here through one half of this match?
Well, 2 things for me stand out, Ben. I think the missed opportunities of the California Legion, could come back to haunt them in this game. 3 tries where it was 1 pass, spilled over the line break, should have scored. That's it, made it an even game, even though they probably dominated about 30 minutes of that half. The other aspect for me was the breakdown. Seattle started to get breakdown turnovers later in the half, and that came to me is because Legion are playing a little wider off 9, further apart, stretching out the seawall and making it harder to make 2-player hits. But what that does is it leaves more disconnect between the attackers and the breakdown, and Seattle adapted well and started to get breakdown turnovers, which really relieved some pressure and also chipped away on the scoreboard.
Great stuff, Corbs. A 50-22 turned in there by Kobe Milne. So that is why California's got it.
SD, guys.
You kick it on your side of the pitch, inside of the opposition 22, and it finds touch. That is the 50-22, a massive turning point. Declan Laney now in the match, running as one of the props. He's got it right there. Came in to replace Moody. So here's California. The winner goes on to the championship next weekend. Sunday night, 8 Eastern on ESPN2. Diving and getting home. California gets out there on the edge, and it's Jason Dom, the captain, touching one down. His 2nd try of the season, and the Legion strike in the first 2 minutes.
This is exactly what they wanted to do. Let's take a look back. That 50-22. Oh, on a dime from the Legion. That sets up just a beautiful opportunity to attack. And you can see the physicality, but watch on the left-hand side of your screen. Just immediately, here we go, another pick. You can see the reinforcements coming in. Dom ready for that short ball. And then he's not going to be stopped a meter out, Ben. The Legion just continuing to put the foot on the gas, full throttle.
Here's the conversion attempt for another 2, and that one is money. So it's 23-16. Jason Dom, his 75th cap in Major League Rugby tonight. What a warrior this guy is. Started with Rugby ATL, captaining the USA side for the majority of last year, captaining this Legion side, finding a way to score and get points for the Legion, Bree.
And he doesn't often get points to his name. So good to see him finally get that credit. And they all saw the opportunity on the weak side. Just one Seattle defender there. Dom getting it done, and now they get the ball back.
Just his second try of the season, to your point, partner. The other one came against Old Glory DC in the match that the California Legion played in Sacramento. They played 5 home matches all over the state this year. So they've really been a traveling road show for the entire season, except the match they played Seattle that they won at Wallace Annenberg Stadium at UCLA. Other than that, they've been on the road every week.
They're just so used to it now. And
are we 5? 5?
See how they set up for this line out.
6.
Sounds like they're getting 6 in.
And again, Rhino Herbst out until the 57-minute mark. So they're using Botcher in there, as we kind of figured might be the logical choice. He's been the guy they've been using as the jumper. Carry there from Ezekiel Lindenmuth. Put back Warner, little bump there, no harm done. Creel back inside with a big shot delivered on Warner, but he got rid of it. Matthews now. He's taken and driven back. Bertranu was the first to get to it. Now Marnu Redlingheis on to Mason Peterson. Big collision there. Dom got him down low. Robin Kaluzniak's our referee. You hear him throughout the match. In the middle, Peter Pender, Shanda Asmus, the ARs.
It's fine. Number 4, you let him go afterwards. Yeah. This is your warning. I don't want to see this again.
And if you just looked at those last few phases, California were throwing bodies into the rucks.
Involved in that afterwards again. Here it is.
And you hear the directive from Kaluzniak. It's going back to the breakdown. We knew the tensions were there before halftime. Continue to be tense now, and of course, Kutzer's going to go for that 3.
He sure is.
He's got to clearly use his arms, and he can't be on the ground first.
Both these 10s have been putting on a show in that regard. I know Will Hooley's smiling in the studio, I'm sure, the former 10 he is. Davey, 4 of 4 on the tee so far tonight. Trying to get this down to a 4-point match.
You're happy with that mark, correct?
Winner will face the winner of Chicago and Old Glory DC. They play tomorrow night, 8 Eastern on ESPNU here in the U.S. Streaming elsewhere on our platforms globally as well. Set up next Sunday night's final in Chicago. Davey Kutzer on the way, and that one is good again. So he is perfect on the night. The faithful and Starfire loving that. And it's now a 23-19 California lead.
So prolific from the tee as Herbst continues to watch on. We mentioned that the penalty count's been pretty even between these two sides, but the ways in which these penalties have been committed, very different. Up until then, California's penalties largely came from their attack, which meant that their defense was very clean. They're going to want to make sure they don't commit the penalty that they just committed a moment ago in Seattle for them. As we saw with Herbst, it's been foul play, so you know that Kaluzniak has a magnifying glass out for any dangerous play.
Here's a contested ball. Van Voot in the air with McLean. Came down into the hands of Warner. These two 10s we mentioned. 2 matches coming in. Davey Kutz at 29 points. Kobe Milne, he put up 19. And Foodie's going to be stopped in his tracks here as Kaluzniak's got a call coming, Bree.
Advantage is already over. Knocked on here.
I thought that he just had pirouetted out of that one. Seawolf crowd. Man, you can hear it strong.
Well, they love their Seattle Seawolves, an original franchise in Major League Rugby.
We're playing with scrum advantage. Referee seems to...
Won the first 2 Shields. A win here tonight would put them into their 5th final, most in league history in 9 seasons.
You guys moved it all the way across the field, clean ball. Advantage is over.
With 8 finals. Of course, COVID wiped that out, 5 into the season. But they are the OGs of this league. Gonzalo Bertranu waiting for his moment. Looks, plays. Billy Meeks.
Play on.
2 vice captains of California. Of course, Dom, as we mentioned, who gets it there. On cue is their captain, Bertranu, to it. Now Laney. Wrestled down by Botcher, the Canadian. Worked his way through their Pacific Pride program. Their development program in the country of Canada. Bertranu. It's free, and now McLean able to take him down to the floor. Played out by Timpson. Kenny Nasagenge. 102nd cap for Kenny here tonight. Meeks. Approaching 90 in his MLR career. Looking for a little bit of room. Trying to work through there was Tracy.
On the shoulder, no problem.
Now back for Joe Tafatea. Now Declan Laney. Good tough running from Laney. Look at the big man. Laney into open space looking for help. Dom comes, and Jason Dom running around out there like a winger again. Here's Billy Meeks now. Thought about it. Little pump fake. Meeks will keep. He'll carry. Billy Meeks trying to get home. Billy Meeks in close. It's held up, says Kaluzniak. Meeks so close to getting home, and a big win for Seattle there, Bree Kim.
But look at that guy.
Right.
Declan Laney just gets that little ball and just shakes off defenders. Man, he's looking like a back right now. And then
look at this.
Open grass, beautiful little pass to Dahmer, who's also been all over the place. And then he plays scrum half off of that ruck. I mean, they want to play fast. They want to play quick. And oh man, it looks like Meeks was just going to get there, but Kutza, among others, gets under that one. Stops them for now, but Legion, they've been riding a big wave right now, Benny.
Win here for Seattle, though. They get it back here in the breakdown. Didn't release in time. The call by Kaluzniak against California.
Look at the body language of Seattle.
Yep.
This is what California does when they play their style of rugby. They want to go fast. They want to go quick. They don't want to give you any second to rest.
Right on you.
And you can see here, this is where that turnover is. Just perfect position from Seattle to give them a breath, and now they're just outside the 22.
4-point lead for California
inside,
here.
Yeah, inside, yeah.
Third meeting of the season. This one, the most important one. Last week was, of course, to get the home pitch playoff match. Seattle came away with the victory. Seattle with 31 points, California with 29. There's Alan Clark in the middle of your screen. Saw him out there in the pregame. He was out there in some pregame fits, man. Cut off shirt, rocking around with that sleeveless shirt out there. He's still in good shape.
Seattle sun's out, guns out, Benny.
Here's Dewey Kutza at the back now. He had 5 tries, an MLR record in a match in this stadium as a Dallas Jackal back in 2024. We saw him score against New England a couple of weeks back and pushed the maul probably about 40 meters, if my memory serves me right, and drove that thing in. He's a dangerous guy back there, a cap Canadian. Here's Davey Kutza now. Here comes California, trying to knife his way through there. Good job on the carry by the center for Seattle. Botcher now. Botcher takes on 2. Driven down to the floor by Kofe. First time we've called number 8's name tonight with a carry, Vavao. He's the guy in for the aforementioned Riekert Hatting, their captain. Saw coming out at halftime there. Bree talked about him, and big loss, but so far Seattle right here, right where they want to be, knocking on the door, down 4. The carry from Rousseau. Warner short for Redling Ice. Malawia helps wrestle him down. Lyndon Muth plays it back now. Kutza outside. Patty Ryan, a little bit of space for the flanker, runs right over Billy Meeks. Big shot delivered from Patty Ryan, who played with California the last couple of years. Jason Dom told us a couple of weeks ago they really wanted to sign him, but he wanted to go elsewhere. Blazing his own trail. Red leg highs. Big shot delivered there on the hit from Malawiya, former linebacker in the NFL for a couple of seasons. College football at Wyoming. Malawiya. Warner.
No.
Seattle being patient here. Kutzer now steps on the gas, tries to get through. Great ball played right into the hands. It's taken in, and it's Devon Rousseau who puts it down. And Seattle with the try, back on top here against the Legion.
Rousseau cuts through the defense like butter. Seattle's so patient in their phases of attack. That little ball behind the pod, and then Kutzer knows exactly who's on his inside. What a beauty. Take a look. Rousseau just patiently waiting. Here, give me that ball. Seattle, this is exactly what they wanted in the crowd. What a great shot from the fan cam. Loving that. It's just that patience and composure that Seattle wants. They're fine to play phase after phase. They'll find the holes open up even when California isn't even committing people in the breakdown. They are able to make those gaps open up, and they penalize them.
Rousseau, 4 tries on the season. He had 8 a season ago. Davey Kutzer eyeing this one up. Looking to put his side up, extend this lead to 3, and he's able to do so. And Davey Kutzer having himself a night. Again, 29 points when these sides met in the previous 2 combined. He had 21 in the loss, but Rousseau gets a big 5 here. So Rhino Herbst still in that sin bin. He's got about 3 minutes remaining in it. And then they'll be able to replace him with a replacement player. He's done for the night with a 20-minute red card, Bree.
It's off the foot, play on, no problem.
Exactly right. And right now, Seattle, just momentum has totally swung in their favor. They've been able to sustain the pressure from Legion, had to eat a couple of points here and there.
Keep coming back. Play on.
But they're just very happy with this kicking game and making Legion play in the areas that they want to. They've been able to dictate the last 5-10 minutes of this half.
Line out coming up for California.
Yeah, go ahead. Time off. Subs.
Here's a good look at Davey Kutzer. What a night he's having, doing everything he can to help his side get through here against California.
Time is on.
Joe Tafatea, close to 40 caps in his international career. Veteran. Good throw in there to Ronan Murphy, who's checked in 19 for California.
Sack is fine.
Former St. Mary's Gale. Billy Meeks head down, gets to halfway and over by a couple of meters. Bertranu.
No, 7.
Big collision there. Williams took the shot. Lyndon Muth in there. Lyndon Muth, another strong finish there. Takes the carrier down. Reaching for his left wrist there was Lyndon Muth. And it's a turnover going the way of Seattle. They did not release California in time.
And who else is it going to be but Patty Ryan?
3, must give the ball back. Right here.
You need them to roll, right?
Yeah. No. For me, they're clearly out of the way there. Here it is. Shot now. Thank you. Shot a goal.
Headshot here, sir.
And now, look where the penalty happens.
No.
In the first half, you get 2 challenges. Right?
No, you do not. No, you're out of challenges. You get 1 challenge. Gentlemen, I can't be explaining the rules to you in the playoffs. You have 1 challenge. It was unsuccessful. You have no more remaining.
Simple as that.
Very clear. And I mean, there were 2 challenges at the beginning of this year. That went down to 1, and Dom just pleading with the referee, but not to be answered there. And Kutza What a night he's had.
Perfect night so far. Got that conversion on that last try by Rousseau inside of that right post. And here he goes from distance, about a 40-meter kick, and he is making this look really easy as Davy Kutzer. And it is not easy, ladies and gentlemen. The faithful in Tukwila loving that. 3 more, and their Seawolves are up now. A converted try.
And for me, Ben, what's changed in the last 10 minutes or so is more franticness from the Legion. You can tell they're trying to go battle in the breakdown, trying to see if they can get a counter ruck or even a good clean out on the attack. But they're not able to do that with the composure that they need. But beautiful little kick through. That's just cheeky from Milne. Good recognition to get that ball over the 10.
Sure was. And how about the finish there from Dom taking on the Seattle player. Robin Kaluzniak there indicating and telling you what the call is. The red card has been released. So Rhino Herbst is out, cannot return, of course. So now Seattle with a 6-point lead. They're back to 15 players now as we look back here, Bree.
And remember, the kick just has to go 10 meters. Seattle caught sleeping. Just a good eye from Milne. You see that a lot more in sevens.
Yeah.
Because, of course, there's a lot more space to cover. But Seattle didn't cover their kickoff or C like they would have liked to. And now Milne can get another 3 here.
59th minute, Seattle faithful, making it as difficult on Milne as possible, and I don't think it's going to faze him, and it did not. So these two 10s putting on a show here tonight, 29-26 now, as Milne draws another 3-pointer.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, Ben, this is exactly the kind of game that we wanted.
100%.
Just trading points here and there. It's going to go all the way down to the last minute, and finally we see the forward adjustment. We saw Moley come on earlier for Herbst. I believe Redling-Heiss has moved into the second row.
Khaleesi Moley is in that spot that Bree was referencing there, that Rhino Herbst plays the number 5, longtime number 5 for the Seattle Seawolves side.
19, get out. Good.
Peter Pender, the spot just over halfway there. You see the indication. And there's a look at Moley there. Seattle will have the possession here, leading by 3. Finally back to 15 aside.
Line's good. Yes.
Moley was with Utah last year. There's the guy I like to call Braveheart. I mean, he looks just like him. Marty Redling-Heiss, what a player, what a ball player he is, Bree Kim.
I mean, he's had quite the challenge tonight. He's been a rising leader for this squad, but now to fill the shoes of 2 gone leaders, but California able to win that ball.
Could not pull it down. Redling-Heiss unable to do so. California, as Bree said, wins it. Here's Malawea. This guy is dangerous. Like Derrick Henry, if you watch the NFL, he's built like that. He might even be wider than Henry. Big, strong, powerful. We saw him last week in our final Sunday Night Rugby match. He ran right over Kutzer. But Kutzer, man, has he ever responded here tonight? Brilliant night for him off the tee. He and Milne battling it out. Now Meeks tries to pop one through there, but it's going to find touch here in the 61st.
Okay, we'll take the hydration break here.
And not a good sign there. Not a good sign at all. We're going to get our hydration break. Jason Dom, the captain there in the middle of your screen, cheering his guys on. We'll see if we can get you an update on the injured Legion player. Down to the wire we go in a battle here in the semifinal round of Major League Rugby.
What a day for the Major League Rugby Championship.
Months of sacrifice, 80 minutes of battle, and it all starts with this whistle.
Our second hydration break was brought to you by Recover 180, the organic sports hydration drink built for today's athlete. Ben Holden, Bree Kim, Alex Corbisiero down on the pitch. Steve Hoyles, the middle of your screen there. California Legion head coach, and Joe Tafatea was the one that was down as we went to break. Corbs, did you have a look at that? How does this affect California with him out of the match?
Well, it's definitely going to play a factor because Joe's experience at scrum and line out as well as around the field has been impactful. But honestly, Ben, the story for me was although the red card went to Seattle, the discipline of Legion in that 20 minutes could cost them the game. The missed chances alone, but the penalty count went completely against them, and it doesn't matter if you have an extra player on the field. If you give away that many penalties, you're going to give away points, and that really shifted Seattle in the driver's seat, even with a number down in that window for me.
Yeah, that's a great point, and Jason Dom with a try in there. They really didn't do much else in terms of scoring to Corbs' point. Here's California now, down by 3. Into the red zone again.
Go, 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 go. No, leave it.
Peterson getting down to make the tackle for Seattle, trying to hold up. They had a big turnover earlier in the match. In the other end of the pitch, back in the first half, and one down here earlier. Here comes Murphy powering his way in, and Ronan Murphy shot out of a cannon right through the Seawall defense. He's in for 5, making an instant impact coming in off the bench, Bree.
Well, he sure announced himself on that one, Ben. Take another look at this. First, a couple of forward carries here, and then just look at the acceleration that Murphy had. He was getting himself ready to go. He saw what Bergeron was about to do, and then boom, shakes off the first one and slides right in. And look, Legion heard Corbs, I think. They had the discipline issues, and now they're striking back. They're able to recollect themselves after that hydration break, and now taking the lead.
And for Ronan Murphy, the product of that factory that is St. Mary's up in Northern California, his first career try. What a moment for him. Talk about energy, talk about life, talk about being injected and infused in the game.
That's exactly what you want from your finishers. The guys coming off the bench, they have to bring the level of play higher than what it is already on the field. You need to bring that intensity, at the very least, match it. But Murphy has done a good job showing out in these first few minutes.
Yeah, okay, we got to play.
What a match we've got here, 33-29, California. Winner goes on to the MLR Championship next Sunday night in Chicago. Will they face 11-0 Chicago, or will Old Glory DC, who gave Chicago its biggest scare of the season, a 1-point loss just a couple of weeks ago for Old Glory, and they had the ball deep inside of Chicago territory, about 10 meters out, but Chicago came up with a win. They capped off the first undefeated, unblemished regular season record in the history of this league. Here's a ball to the edge, Foodie. Job out there to make that tackle from the Legion out there. Tackler slow to get up. Here's Redlinghuis, takes on 2. Marnu Redlinghuis. Warner into it. Seawolves trying to punch back here. Here's Kutza, Dewey Kutza. Now Warner, Rousseau. Missed the mark there. Meeks in, Kutzer there, Davey Kutzer. Now Rufus McLean. First start of the season, he's got electric feet. Couldn't go anywhere there though.
It was kicked into him.
Murphy made the tackle on him. Murphy playing great since he's come in. Trying. Just a couple of minutes ago in the 61st, down on the floor. It's knocked on, double knock on.
First knock on by blue, then knocked on by red.
That's a huge response from the Legion. Seattle is so good at converting points in their attacking 22. They've been about 80% so far in that. But Legion finding that extra bit of composure there to stay in the fight, keep working phase after phase.
Let's play, boys, here we go.
And I think James Wiley is right. Meeks certainly helping in that last passage of play and just putting a little bit more pressure on the Seattle attack. Couldn't keep that one in hands, and now California wins back possession.
You want to get your tweet on the air, on X, hashtag MLR 2026 will get you an opportunity to get in the queue, I suppose. Depends on they put you in or not. Here's a kick now. Van Voot sends it down the pitch. Matthews back there to handle. Matthews charged down there. Williams Didn't get it.
Play on, keep coming.
Now Kobe Milne. Kobe Milne put up 15 so far in the match. 6 for 6. Neither kicker has missed.
That's what you want from your fly halves, especially in these moments. But right now, it's just been the penalties that Kutzer's been able to convert, just had more opportunities than Milne. But right now, Legion, in the last few minutes, Ben, they've been able to shore up kind of the almost recklessness, just the aggressiveness that they were throwing in the rucks that was causing them trouble. Penalties going against them. They've been able to respond to that, so it's been much cleaner from them.
Clean there, and the set piece there down on the floor off the hands of Rousseau. His counterpart, Cash Malawia, number 13, came up with the pill there. Played it on to Cyril Thama, who's checked in number 20 for the Legion. Now Milne from the back trying to drop one in here. And Kutzer, he could not get to it. And California with another 50-22. Are you kidding me? What a kick from Milne there, Bree Kim. And look at Billy Meeks saying, that's right.
Be behind the mark.
A massive kick there.
If that doesn't get you amped, Ben, I don't know what will. And that was just basically a repeat from earlier in the half. Look at that. And Milne makes it look so easy. He just drops it through. I thought Kutzer was going to collect it off the bounce earlier, but he lets it keep dribbling by. And the celebration from Meeks, I mean, that puts you in a perfect position. They tried to go quick, but it wasn't to be, but here they go now.
Here go the Legion. You see Thomas in for Timpson. Flanker for flanker. The push here. California trying to extend the lead. Arm in the air, and they do. They get it down. And the California Legion get 5 more here in the 67th minute, and they lead it 38-29. And they drive it home out of the lineout, the set piece opportunity, and the Legion looking to hit 40 here with a kick coming from Milne.
Ooh, Alex Lopetti saying, settle down, guys, settle down. Try not to celebrate too much, but he gets that one. Take a look at just the forward momentum. Lopetti dots that one down.
Thanks.
All the momentum searing through this driving maul.
Right now.
You wonder, older brother watching on. He plays for Chicago.
You read my mind, partner.
Good old Tavite, shout out if he's watching right now, though maybe past his bedtime, who knows?
Yeah,
but
they're watching.
The Lopetti brothers, I mean, what they bring to this league, so outstanding. But California.
Milne, the conversion, another perfect strike, and it's 40-29 now. Milne is 7 of 7 off the tee, as is Davey Kutzer, and you can take your phone and scan that to get your tickets for next Sunday night's MLR Championship, SeatGeek Stadium. It'll be the second time it's been held there. New England won its first of 3 in a row against the San Diego Legion. Then this ball comes right back into the hands now of Warner, and a huge bounce here. Seattle knocking on the door here. 8 p.m. tomorrow night, ESPNU. Chicago will take on Old Glory DC. Now McLean thought about it, now cuts back inside. Rufus McLean. Seattle needing points here. Down by 11. 69th minute. Outside, Dan Creel. He scored one of his tries last week in that part of the pitch, right in that area. Off the hands of Botcher, turned over. California's got it. Now Bertranu. Kick coming. Joey Mano out there had to kick it under a lot of pressure there from McLean.
Yeah, no, he's under no pressure. He chose to kick it away. Yeah, advantage is over. Nah. Same exact thing I called over there.
And yet again, Legion able to withstand Seattle knocking on their door, but Seattle will have this line out. They have to convert here, Ben. There's only 10 minutes left in this match. They've got to convert on this line out.
Clean setup.
Down to crunch time in Tukwila. Dewey Kutza will engage here. Redling Heiss goes deep on it. They go short instead to Botcher. Botcher up. Kutzer's a pain in the neck at the back here. Trust me. He's got it under his right arm.
It's back off the mark.
Plays it back to Warner now. Now Creel. Warner quickly to it. Working to the left side, out over the top, dropped right in for Foodie. Foodie takes on 3. Gets about 4 meters. Warner to it. Ryan. Patty Ryan. Nowhere to go. Bit of a dangerous ball, but he got it. Now Warner back to Kutsa. Now Davy Kutsa going to kick one to the edge. Out there to McLean. McLean in space. McLean dives. And Rufus McLean able to get home. Another brilliant kick from Davy Kutzer, and McLean with his 2nd of the night.
That is how you respond. Seattle had the advantage, but didn't even need it. And here, Kutzer does what he's done so many times this season. Just drops a dime. McLean just waiting. Didn't we see that earlier in the match?
We sure did.
On the other side of the field. McLean still has to do a little bit of work, but no one's gonna stop him. Beats out Mono and Meeks. And here we go, Ben. This is exactly what we waited for.
He's taken 1 kick, the first from Warner, the second, as you said, right there from Davy Kutzer. And a big kick coming here from Davy, who was perfect on the night. Both these kickers, both these 10s have been absolutely sterling. And Davy Kutzer here, missing for the first time. The broadcast jinx, some may say. But nevertheless, it's a 6-point match. A converted try is what Seattle needs here to get themselves back on top, Bree.
Yeah, and you can see McLean just collecting himself right now.
And number 1,
wouldn't it be something if he could get another try? And good look at the Seattle staff, and now the California staff. Everything on the line these last 8 minutes. And you hear the substitutions coming on. Now Seattle gets this ball back. Shoring up, making sure they're covering the center of the field here.
Yeah, because we saw that short kick a couple kicks ago, right? Milno not going short this time. Handled back there by Rousseau. He'll bang one high into the sky. Here comes Milne. 2 50-22s in this match from him. Not this time. Davy Kutzer back there.
Now
takes a look, and he'll pop one up high in the sky. Milne. Got to give him room. Good job by the Seawolves there. Can't take a call at this point. Van Voot and Redling Eyes battling there. They disengage. Milne slow to get up, back onto his feet now. Tough carry here again. This is Lopetti. Lopetti. He was a prop in his younger years. He looks like a center now, playing hooker. Here's California now, 73rd minute, 6-point lead for the Legion. Houston. Bertranu looks left, looks back. He'll play it back.
Leave it, you're off your feet.
Botcher goes high there. First guy in was Moley, low on the tackle for the Seawolves. Here comes California, the carry there from Ronan Murphy. Try score here in the second half. Milne, Van Voot, Kutzer there, Peterson there, Bertranu, back for Laney. Declan Laney came in. Second half, made a big time impact for them.
Okay, don't jump into him.
Now Billy Meeks.
Play on. Sorry.
Picked up from the back there. When he came down, it was Justice Tavai with a carry. Replacements in on both sides. Alex Lopetti. Lance Williams. Trying to win that ball is Matthews. Matthews in there trying to come away with it, but we got a high tackle, says Kaluzniak.
Before, here, okay.
Legion in the driver's seat right now. And what Seattle have been struggling with all half are those one-on-one tackles. Their success rate usually much higher. Right now they're at 73%. That's not good enough. Contrast that.
Okay, we're playing on, no water.
To Legion's tackle rate, it's 83%.
Time is back on.
You miss those tackles, they start to add up, and then you make mistakes, and it creates these penalties. But just another look at Lopetti. Boy, he's been outstanding since he's come on. Just running loose is the hooker, not to be taken down. Got a good 15 or so meters on that.
Proud family of rugby players are the Lopettis. Here's Milne now. It's 6 points now. This would make it a 2-possession match A massive kick for Kobe Milne, and Milne strikes, and that one is good. Low kick, it hung enough. Meeks is there to give his number 10 a little tap on the head, and he extends that lead. It's now 9 here in the 75th.
Boy, he's played so self-assured tonight, Ben.
Time off, substitutions.
Just the confidence there, and
Seattle.
Again, the coaching staff just wanting these 5 minutes to pass as quickly as they can. But look, you never count out Seattle.
Good to play.
Especially at home. Coming into tonight, 21 of their last 24 they won. Bertranu plays it back. There's a kick from Milne again.
Back in. Hold.
Traffic being directed. Matthews will track over and get this ball. Duncan Matthews now. Milne under it.
Yep.
Less than 5 to go here. 43-34 California, the winner on to next Sunday night's MLR championship in Chicago. Carry from Foodie. Milne got a piece of him. Here comes Seattle. They got to be quick. Big charge coming there. Now Patty Ryan. Murphy got to him first. Thama helped out, getting him down to the floor. Worked back now by Dorian Jones, 22 into the match. Dewey cuts it now. Foodie with a little fake there, now picked up back the other way. Here comes Milne. Milne over the top, trying to get this to set, but he won't get to it. Gets back there and makes the tackle. Seattle up against it again here.
Tackle.
4 minutes to go in this match.
Now.
Seattle needs to make something happen here in a relative hurry.
Use it.
Rousseau is going to kick from his own end, and that one finds touch over there. Just nothing to do for Seattle, and California is going to get a really good spot here.
Yeah, go ahead.
You just wonder, is this when Seattle's energy starts to deflate?
14 blue is on that side.
You could just see there. I mean, you saw Kutzer just go off second ago.
See Lance Williams hobbling off a little bit.
I mean, both sides have just put their bodies on the line.
Warner out, J.P. Smith in. 116th cap for him tonight, most of any player in the history of this league.
And here, through Bertranu, through Milne, it's just about killing the clock here. Keep it nice and simple. Keep it in your hands, ball retention, just carry after carry.
Look out, down on the floor, picked up. Dewey Kutza got in there and got it. Seattle's got life. Can they get one down and dot it down in the try zone? That ball's available, and coming away with that was Meeks.
23 must roll.
Nope,
Pete.
They're gonna whistle it back. They did not roll away in time. Billy had it, but they committed that infraction in there, as you heard Robin Kaluzniak. So another good opportunity here for the Seawolves.
This has to be the opportunity.
Gotta be. It's gotta be here. Approaching just 2 minutes remaining in the match. And it is a 2-possession match for Patty Ryan and the Seawolves. Down 9. Converted try would get him to within 2. Then you need just a penalty kick from Kutzer, who's been magic all night. Both these guys have. The 10s for these two sides. Botcher up to get it. Here's Patty Ryan now. Ryan, big collision there. Takes on Bertranu. Spun free, worked out by J.P. Smith. He's playing on the wing. They've activated McLean into the starting selection, so Smith coming from the reserves here tonight. Botcher now works it back. Mishandled. Pressured there was Dorian Jones. And Jones into touch. They take him.
In touch.
Yeah, there you have it. And a massive, massive turnover. Back to California here.
And they're just trying not to get too ahead of themselves. But they feel it. It's coming. Just 2 minutes left.
Clock is their friend, just trying to wave it. Great job by Jason Dom there with that right hand to get it. Came in, the most line-out wins in Major League Rugby at 49 coming in. Here's Joey Mano. Gaining halfway, Bertranu. On the mark, California just wants to hold on to this thing. Drake Davis in now for Seattle, wearing 23, in for Rufus McLean. Bertranu on it.
Stay on.
90 seconds and counting to go in the match. California trying to punch their ticket to Chicago for next Sunday's championship.
Stay up. Yeah.
Bertranu. Short, smart ball. Just trying to run this time down. Bertranu, pick and go. Gonzalo Bertranu. Back for Laney. Laney, he gathers it in. Declan Laney still going. Oh, the go forward this guy's had tonight's been insane.
He's on his feet, lifting.
Didn't release it. Seattle going to get it here with a minute to go.
Okay, right there, yes.
Down 9, 2-possession situation here for the Seawolves, trying to get everything they can get out of this kick. Stays in the field of play, though. Now Davis, who can fly down there, but the ball's going to go all the way through. With now less than 40 seconds to go in the match.
They just tried to hoof it as far downfield as they could to give him any shot, but
Jason,
of course that was going to go all the way back, and that's just pretty much sums up the evening for Seattle.
Yep. What a night for that guy. Player of the match is, I mean, you could give it to about 5 guys, but you got to figure it's going to be Milne, right?
Oh, 100%. I mean, of course, he's been perfect from the tee, but his strategic kicking in game, those 250-22s alone.
In the second half.
Yeah, and it's just the composure. I mean, I think at the beginning of the game, he had to get into the rhythm of it, but boy, he has been outstanding, lights out the rest of the match, deservedly the honors.
Yep. Gonzalo Bertranu, one last feed here, it should be for the Legion. Up by 9, into the red, extra time here so far. Bertranu gets it, he'll pull it out, he'll pop it into the seats, and the California Legion come away with the victory, 43-34. The Legion are heading to Chicago. They'll get a shot at the winner of our other semifinal. Chicago and Old Glory, DC, they'll meet tomorrow night. And the Legion, it's been a year of inconsistency for them, but they find a way under Steve Hoylesbury to get it done here when it mattered the most.
Exactly. They were able to dig deep, and the response and resilience from all season from last week to turn around. Heartbreak for Seattle, but the Legion eyeing next week now.
They are. Will and Nate and Sam take